Why, hello there, and welcome to my Lip Product Declutter Part 4. Uh, these are my MAC lipsticks and lip products, basically. Um, I think I have gone through the MAC glosses that I have and the one MAC lip liner I have in the other parts, but these are like the remaining MAC lip products. It's interesting because originally when I was thinking about doing this lip declutter series, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to get rid of any of the MAC ones. I love all of them. But the more I've been thinking about it, the more I think I can get rid of some. So this will be as interesting for me as it is for you, hopefully. And yes, let's get into it. And thank you for watching. Okay, so everything's unboxed. Now, I don't exactly know how I want to do this. I was thinking maybe of splitting them up into like color sort of stories and then going through them that way. So at least then I can see if I've got too many of one color, that might help me make a decision as to whether I want to declutter them or not. So I might do that. And again, I'll fast forward so you can see what I'm doing. A lot of these are limited edition. I don't remember the name of the collections. I'll read out the names of the products. Hopefully I won't forget. I realized I forgot to do that a few times in my other videos, so I apologize for that. If you do have a question about any of them, you're welcome to leave it in the comments section. So I have like a lot of the various different formulas, some of which have been discontinued as well. So just keep in mind that a lot of these colors you're probably not going to be able to get because they were limited edition, but it might still be interesting to have a look. So what I'll do is essentially just basically look at all the colors and then put them into color categories roughly as well as I can. And then I'll go through and I'll also mention some of my favorite formulas and things like that. Okay. Okay, so what I've ended up doing is dividing them into anything that looked a little bit more sort of pinky, nude, anything that looked a bit more plummy. Then I've got like a red and red adjacent category. I've got a nude category, and then I've got like an other category. And I mean, you won't be able to see because they're off to the side, but my biggest categories are actually red and red adjacent and nude. Okay, I'm just going to start with some of the smaller categories. So these two that could probably have gone in the pinks, to be honest. D for Danger is like a really pretty raspberry, basically. It is actually very flattering on me, and I am going to keep. And this was one of the back to max that I did last year. And it smells fine, so that is a keep. And then this one is Hot Tahiti. Honestly, it could have probably gone into the red adjacents because on me, it kind of looks like a really wearable plummy red. But I mean, you can see it's got a lot of pink in it. So Hot Tahiti is actually one of my favorite colors. However, oh, I can smell from here. This is quite old. MAC have discontinued this product. I'm so bummed. And you can see I used a lot of it too. Like that's about half of this product. And I was like savoring it because it's been discontinued for a while now. And I love this color so much that I just didn't want to use it up. But this is a lesson to me that I save it, didn't use it because I didn't want to finish it up. And here we have a scenario where it's gone off now, and I really don't want to wear it. It kind of smells like plastic. So it has definitely gone off and needs to be decluttered. So declutter number one. I'm going to put that on the side. This was a Hug Me lipstick, I believe, in Hey Frenchie. I don't think they sell this formula anymore. This is like a mid-tone pink. It Pinks don't look that good on me, like the cool toned pinks. Like mauve is okay, depends. I just find this quite jarring on my skin tone. I think it must be the olive in my skin tone, and I rarely reach for this. This is still okay. It's a few years, 4 or 5 years old by now. Maybe not 5, but it's still okay. It still smells fine. So I am going to keep it because it is quite unique in my collection. It's just not a color that's the most flattering on me. Editing spring here, having given it more thought, I actually decided to declutter this lipstick and pass it on to a friend. The other category, this is a luster glass. It came in what's the shade name? Stay Warm. It came in the MAC holiday, one of the holiday sort of collections last year that I bought. It was a set of 3. I'll show you the others. The other 2 are in the nude category. I guess this could be considered a nude, but honestly, this is pretty much like a neutral brown. And I do love it. I do wear these colors, particularly in the winter time. And the Luster Glass formula is pretty much now my favorite MAC formula. So I actually want to have different colors in this formula because I love it so much. It's like a very glossy, but not too glossy, balmy, comfortable formula that's got decent pigment to it. Like you can see, this is not like a sheer balm or a sheer lipstick. It's got more pigment to it, but it's still light and balmy and very comfortable to wear. So I really love this formula, and this one is a keep. And I'm just putting the keeps sort of up here, and the declutters will be down to the side to my right that you can't see. The other one is, this is actually one that I replaced. The packaging's from a limited edition collection. The color in here was like this pinky purple that I just never wore. So, but this color is, I believe, Spanish Fly. I think Spanish Fly was also limited edition. It's kind of like a blue-brown pigment in a lipstick. And I don't know, I went through a phase where I just wanted like these duochrome, sparkly, even somewhat metallic lipsticks. And I still really like this. This is definitely more like a winter shade for me, but it's really pretty. And the warm brown sort of suits me. Oh, this was like from a holiday collection 4 or 5 years ago. Oh gosh, this writing. It's called I'm Glistening. That's right. I mean, let's be real. I got it for the packaging. Okay. Look at this packaging. Like, I absolutely love this packaging. But this actual lipstick, I have worn it on its own. It is very metallic on the lips though. You can see it's actually like a mid-tone nudie brown, but it is metallic. And so, but with a gloss over it, I quite like it. But I also actually combine this with other lipsticks. Like I might say like a darker brown or a darker nude. I might then put this on the center because it's metallic. It kind of brings a little bit of what seems like shine to the middle of the lips, let's say. So I do actually wear this and I do quite like it, but I really got this lipstick for the packaging. Okay, the next smallest category is like, I think what I sort of considered things that were a bit more pink. This one is a Powder Kiss formula. The Powder Kiss formula was my favorite formula until I came across the Luster Glass. So it's my second favorite formula. It's like a very light, moussey, but pigmented lip product. So on the lips, it gives this really pretty soft matte look that I adore. And I mean, it doesn't last as long as, like, say, a matte liquid lipstick or anything, but I really love the Powder Kiss formula. This is 921 Sultry Move. And you can see it's just a really pretty sort of pinky nude color, very easy to wear. It's not quite a mauve, like it's got slightly more warmth to it. This was a limited edition collection. I'm pretty sure I replaced the lips. The original was called To Luck matte lipstick. Actually, no, this is okay. I kept this lipstick. That's right. This is the actual lipstick called To Luck. It is like a bright sort of pinky red. I really like this. It's not a color I always wear, but I really do like it on occasion. It's kind of quite brightening on my skin tone. This one is Bricola. This was one of the ones that I got back to Mac in. This one, Bricola, is like a really, again, pretty. You can see it's warmer than the one just before it, so it makes it more wearable for me. Compared to something like Hot Tahiti, you can see it's a lot warmer. So I think that was Hot Tahiti actually, sorry. I quite like this color again, and so I am going to keep that. Most of my MAC stuff is going to be a keep, I think, but you never know. Sometimes I change my mind. This one is, it was a limited edition Powder Kiss formula. This one's called Breakthrough. And again, you can see this sort of peachy pink nude color in the Powder Kiss formula that I love. So compared to the other Powder Kiss, it's a lot warmer. Keep. This one, oh yeah, of course, this is a luster glass. This was also a holiday collection. It was a holiday collection of 5, I think, or 6, I can't remember. And I gifted some of the other colors to friends, and I kept 3. And this color is called Syrup. I feel like Syrup is like a pretty standard matte color, so maybe they redid it in the luster glass formula. So this, I think, is a mauvey pink. Not the sort of color I always wear. However, in the wintertime in particular, when I'm wearing cooler tone looks, I do like to have a selection of mauves and pinks, cool tone pinks, so that I can, and plums and things like that, so that I can wear it with those looks. So that is a keep. And like I said, luster glasses are my favorite formula, even though that color is not the type of color that I would normally gravitate towards. Okay, moving on to my next biggest collection. It is all my reds from MAC and red adjacent. First up is this sort of gloss stick formula that sort of came out and I feel like took the beauty world by storm, this type of formula. This is like a very sheer red. It is like a gloss stick. So as the name suggests, it's kind of like a lip gloss in a stick form. This is one of those types of products that you can roll up, but you can't roll back down. So you've got to be careful with it. And like I said, a sheer red, but I love this formula. In fact, I wouldn't mind owning all of them. I think there was 8 or 9 colors or something. I have 3. These are the most glossy, stick-like lip products that I have in my collection, and I love the effect of these on the lips, and I often layer them over other lip colors, and I just love the effect. So love, keep. Now, what do I want to do? Maybe let's do this one. This was the other Powder Kiss limited edition formula. This is called Luck Be a Lady, and I think it's sort of like a pinky red. Actually, it's not so red now when I look at it. It sort of should have been in my sort of pinky colors. Perhaps slightly more red than some of the other ones. I am going to keep. This is Ruby Woo, which is the standard MAC color, I think redone recently with their Maximal formula. But this is just in limited edition packaging. I love this packaging. Like this was the other one that came in the collection. I think the lip products had either this packaging or this packaging. And I got 2 lip products because I was like, I have to have this packaging. How gorgeous is this? And the great thing about keeping special edition packaging is that once I'm done with this lipstick, I can dig it out or take it out and then put another lipstick in and continue to use the packaging. So I think it's worth keeping packaging that you really love because you can reuse it. So Ruby Woo is just a very classic cool tone red. This is their, anyone who's tried the original Ruby Woo from MAC knows that this, I am keeping this, that this is this ultra matte, I feel like old school matte sort of formula that is very draggy on the lips. It's almost hard to drag the lipstick across your lips, but I don't know how to describe it. It's this ultra matte effect on the lips that I can't quite get with any other matte lipstick. It's like true matte. There's not a hint of a cream or a sheen or anything. Like a lot of matte products aren't actually fully matte, especially when they're first applied. This is like a true matte. It's like matte on supercharge or something. Not the easiest to wear though, I have to admit. It's just probably why I avoid wearing it. Let me actually just check that it's still, oops, wrong one. Okay, smell wise, no, it's fine. This is, I think, gosh, this collection, I don't know what the collection was called, but it must be 4 or 5 years old at this point, and that's still okay. This one is the shade Cockney, which I think this has been discontinued, but they brought it back for this collection. It used to be like part of the permanent range, I believe. I could be wrong. It's like a creamy, slightly warmer red than Ruby Woo. And it does have these sort of very fine gold micro shimmers throughout it. It's just a shiny red on the lips. I actually really like this. I sort of forget about it and forget to reach for it, but every time I wear it, it's so flattering and brightening and pretty that, yeah, I really love it. Keep. Okay, Sia. This is quite old. It smells fine. I'm just not gravitating towards, this was their matte formula, I believe. Yeah, Viva Glam Sia, sorry. So it is Viva Glam. It is a lot like Ruby Woo, but it is slightly warmer than Ruby Woo. It's a very pretty red, very flattering on me, but I just don't vibe with Sia anymore, and I just never reach for this. So as much as I love this red, and it is special edition packaging, I am going to declutter this as well, which I didn't think I was going to do. So there you go. So that is being decluttered. This was also a limited edition collection. It's called Sugar Dada. It's like a brick red, orangey red. Very, very pretty. Honestly, I could take or leave the packaging now. And I have other types of colors like this. Like I never reach for this. Maybe because the matte, this is the matte formula. The matte formula isn't my favorite. I don't find it particularly flattering on my lips. I think it looks kind of heavy on my lips. And even if you compare it to the Sia one felt a little drier because it is a slightly drier formula. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I can even see the difference in texture on my hand. And I'm just not sure if I like this on the lips. So I had no idea I was going to do this, but I am going to declutter this one. Again, it smells fine. So this is going to be decluttered. Wow. Okay. Awesome. I'm happy about that. Another powder kiss. This is in Devoted to Chili. Oh, Chili from MAC, which is like a very warm red, is like used to be one of my favorite colors. So when they came out with Devoted to Chili in the powder kiss formula, I knew I had to have it. It is a lovely, lovely color to wear. Like you can see, it's very similar to some of my other sort of lip products. It is again just slightly warmer with a bit more red in it if I compare it to some of the other powder kiss lipsticks that I've swatched. So you can see it's kind of going from so cooler toned pinks and plums and raspberries into much sort of warmer colors here. So I am going to keep, this is one of my favorite MAC lip products in my collection. This is Viva Glam for the 25th anniversary, and I believe it's, yeah, Viva Glam 1. And I believe this was the color they did with RuPaul. And I mean, this is special, and I'm keeping it, even though, again, I rarely reach for this. I kind of forget about it. It is darker, you can see, than any of the other reds so far that I have swatched. And it's really pretty. It's a very glamorous red color to wear, and it did feel nice and creamy as I was swatching it. So I am gonna hopefully I'm in frame this entire time. I just never know. I'm going to keep this and try and remember to wear it. This is another luster glass in business casual. It was part of that sort of holiday set, like I said before. And so I showed right there. And it's just a really easy, like a brownie red to wear every day. So I am going to keep. Now, this I believe, yeah, this was limited edition packaging, which I loved. I mean, look at this. How cute is this? And even the box. Like, how could I not? I absolutely bought this for the packaging. The original lipstick color inside, which was called Spotlight Me, was this very light, bright coral, I believe. And it just did not look good on me. And it sank into all my lip lines. And does it say what formula it was? Yeah, amplified cream, which in theory should have been good because the amplified creams are like a thicker, creamy formula. But I felt like that one was just, it was just really unflattering. It was just way too light for me. And I just could never make it work. So I took it out and I plonked, I believe this is Chili, one of my all-time faves. Still smells fine. This particular lipstick must be at least 10 years old at this point. Smells perfect, goes on perfect. Chili, I believe, is the matte formula, which isn't my favorite formula, as I said before. And you can see it's like a warm red. This is, oh, Marrakesh. Oh, of course. Matte lipstick in Marrakesh. It is in my reds. I love it. I am going to keep it. All right. My biggest collection, I'm going to put the caps back on some of these so I don't make a mess, are my nudes. And I guess we'll just have to go through them. I don't know if I'm going to get declutter any of these, to be honest with you. But let's see. Let's look at these minis. These are the Luster Glass lipstick in that sort of set of trio that I bought in 2023 holiday collection. Nudie brown, you can see compared to the first one I swatched, this is more wearable. I feel like it's got a bit more pink in it. It's still a dark nude, but definitely a nude. Keep. This is just like a really pretty peachy nude. Very, very gorgeous on the lips. Almost a little too light for me, but it's got enough peach in it that I can make it work. This is Mocha. This smells fine. This was another back to MAC. I had a lot of products saved up to back to MAC, so I got like good number of free lipsticks. And this, again, a really easy to wear sort of peachy nude color, slightly darker than the other one I just swatched. This is Among the Fireflies. This was in the formula Cream Sheen. It's interesting because this one, I'm not a big fan of the original Cream Sheen formula. I felt like it wasn't flattering and they weren't particularly hydrating on the lips. And I felt like it made my lips look textured. It didn't glide on and make them look smooth like, say, the Luster Glasses did. But Among the Fireflies is much more like the Luster Glass formula than the Cream Sheen formula, in my opinion. So I actually really like this one. This is a keep. This is a matte lipstick in taupe. Another one that was a back to MAC. I've been wanting it for ages. And again, a really pretty brownie nude. Pretty. Keep. This is, oh, well, of course. This is also relatively old in my collection. Whirl is like one of my favorite colors from MAC. It is like a deeper brownie, plummy, well, not really plum, almost a little purple in it shade. I feel like this is the perfect deeper nude for me. This ends up being a very versatile color for me. And I think as long as MAC continues to make this shade, I will buy it. And it was in the matte formula. Okay, this is another powder kiss, I'm pretty sure. Yes, in Impulsive. Oh, this is such an interesting color, and I love this. This is like a it's not peach. It doesn't actually have very much warmth. It's maybe more yellow. I think that's it. Yeah, you can see it's actually a relatively unique undertone compared to all my other sort of nudes. Is like a yellow mid-tone nude. And I love this color. And you would think, like, I don't know if you can see, you would think that it would be a color that wouldn't be that wearable, but I find it, again, really versatile and wearable. If you have a neutral olive undertone like me, try shades like this. You might be pleasantly surprised at how well they go with your skin tone, and that you can pretty much pull it off with almost any look that you do. This, of course, Velvet Teddy in special packaging. Still smells fine. Velvet Teddy is just such a cult favorite. Um, I'm, I mean, it's okay for me. Like, it's not my favorite. It's maybe because it's more of a cool toned nude for me on my skin tone. And it's just okay. And on my lips, it is on the lighter side. And I feel like, I'm pretty sure this is the matte formula, yeah. It sinks into my lip lines a little
Editing
bit.
spring
So,
here,
not my
I
favorite, but it's
decided to
such a cult
pass
classic
Velvet
that I am going
Teddy
to keep it
onto
for
a friend.
now.
So it's actually a declutter.
And still smelled fine. Oh, Luster, look at how much I've used this. When I tell you this is my favorite formula, like this is because, like I said, I was on a no buy last year, so I was, and I will do a video because I did have some rules around what makeup I could buy, a limited number basically. So I didn't buy any MAC lipsticks last year. So this is end of 2023, and you can see how much I've used. And this was in the shade Hug Me, and it's just so it's the reason I love it so much is because it's the perfect nude for me. Perfect nude. It's not too peachy, it's not cool toned, it's just perfect. So absolutely keeping. And then I'm absolutely keeping these two more of those gloss type sticks. I'm pretty sure these are still available. This is Power Cut, which is like a deeper nude there. And this is Simulation, which is like a slightly lighter, cooler tone nude. Gorgeous, gorgeous color again. I am keeping both of those. So I have decluttered 3, which is more than I thought I was going to. So that's pretty cool. Let me just have a look at how many I've kept. Let me count them.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
So keeping 30, decluttering 3. So 10%. I mean, is it the greatest declutter? No. But honestly, I'm really happy with the ones I'm keeping. I think, like, you can see I don't actually even have that many reds. Like you can see in the nudes and pinks, there are not actually that many repeating colors. Okay, so I just added up everything. So it seems that when I started, I had 140 lip products. I have now, throughout my sort of decluttering series, decluttered 30, and I'm keeping 110 overall. So I've decluttered almost a third, which I'm pretty happy with actually. And I would imagine, I think I might have said this in some of the other videos as well, because some of these lip products are quite old, I would imagine that in the next year, I will have to declutter more just because they're going to be going off basically. Um, am I happy about 110 lip products? No. I am going to really aim to use some of these lip products up, particularly some of the ones that I showed you that I'd use like, half or more than half. I might as well just focus on them and use them up because I don't want them to go off. I don't want to just be throwing things away because they're going off. I am planning on doing a blush, bronzer, and highlighter declutter. I really want to get ruthless in that. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I really want to whittle down my blush collection in particular. I just have too many. And then I also want to do an eyeshadow declutter. So stay tuned for those videos as well. Thank you for watching. Bye.